What's up, guys? It's your boy, it's Matt, and I'm back with another video. Now it's been a while. I haven't uploaded in like 2 weeks. Probably I should have uploaded last week, but I had to get my wisdom teeth taken out. Got all four of them taken out. It wasn't that bad. I'm not gonna lie. The wisdom teeth days weren't actually as bad as they were. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it would be a lot worse. I thought it'd be like a lot of pain. But actually, I'm not gonna lie. Probably like the next day I was actually fine. Yeah, I was a bit swollen. I was a bit swollen a bit, but I was fine. I didn't see any, or I didn't feel any problems. I'm not gonna lie. But now we're back. We're back with another video. In today's video, I'm gonna be talking about this whole Misfits shebang. Talking about the card that just happened, I think last Saturday. And yeah, we're gonna talk about my thoughts on it, and then my thoughts on the whole what's going on with the Misfits. I'm not gonna lie, there's been some shambles going on a bit, some letdowns in terms of promotion and fight booking and hype. So we're gonna talk about that, and in the next video, which is gonna be actually really soon, I'm gonna upload it probably on Monday. We're gonna talk about UFC 322 JDM versus Islam Makhachev for the welterweight belt. That's gonna happen. That video will be uploaded probably on Monday. I'll record it Sunday, edit it, and then have it uploaded on Monday. We're gonna talk about that, so stay tuned. But in the meantime, let's just get into this video right now. Let's go. As we do on this channel, guys, before we get into the video, make sure you like and subscribe. We're just trying to grow, you know, trying to make this YouTube channel bigger, more well known. So make sure you like, subscribe, and watch this entire video. Support your boy. All right, let's get straight into it. All right, so going into this Misfits card, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know that it was going on. I didn't even know, and I follow the account. I follow Misfits, but I just felt like there was like no promotion, no hype, no advertisement. Now, I've been following Misfits since the very beginning. I've been watching this whole YouTube influencer boxing scene since Joe Weller versus Theo Baker, the very first one that really kicked off the entire thing. Now, going into this, I didn't even know who was fighting until the day of. I got home from work, I was just on my phone, and I just see, what? They have a card? People are fighting? Let me just watch. Which goes to show that nowadays there isn't really superstars that go into fighting on the influencer side. Now, I get it. This card was supposed to be one of those filler cards throughout the year that bring in new people, bring in new faces, bring in new influencers, bring in some past influencers that are making returns. I understand the business aspect of it. I understand that you want new people to come in to try it out, and if they like it, they like it, and if they don't, then they don't. But when it comes to the influencer side, you're an influencer first. You're supposed to be making content around it. You're supposed to promote yourself into the fight. Now we just see people at the press conferences doing just like some random bullshit. Some like honestly cringe shit. Throwing bottles. Saying some stupid ass lines. Trying to be funny. Trying to make the clip. Back in the day, what really got people hyped was people were invested into those influencers who were fighting. They were invested into the storyline. They were invested into the actual animosity, not the forced hatred, not the forced. It's too forced. It's too forced. You can see that these people generally don't not hate each other. They generally just doing it just to promote, which in my opinion it don't work. It doesn't work. So I feel like as YouTubers or influencers, whatever, they need to show up a bit more of the promotion side, like post on their pages, talk about it all the time, try and make their content based around the fight that they're about to have. Now, getting into this actual card, I made some notes about it. Like, I didn't even know majority of these fighters. I've seen them fight before because I am a fight fan first. I like the sport anyways, so seeing this side, it's like, okay, it's entertainment. It's supposed to be entertainment. It's not really supposed to be like the professional side where you're gonna see the most high level skill. Now, you might get that when it comes to some fighters coming in, but majority of these people, they don't give the excitement as other fighters do. I'm only being 100% honest. Now, yes, there are some people that are fans, and I understand that. But personally, to me, if you want someone to be a fan of you, you gotta win in spectacular fashion, but win against someone who is credible. That's what I feel like is a necessity as well. Because when it first started, no one was unmatched. Everything was even. Everything was at the same skill level. Just someone who didn't like each other and they just want to fight. That's what gave it more intrigue. Same skill level, same years of experience, same ring time. Just people fighting. That's how it was. But now you got some people, I guess, they want to build their brand up. They want to build their record up. They want to build up their experience, but they're choosing people that aren't as good as them, which is kind of a bummer and a letdown, because you won't really see, or they won't be able to show how truly skillful they are by fighting someone who is like out of shape, never fought, or hasn't done any kind of training in their life, just there to get a quick paycheck and then cut. That's when you lose me. I'm not gonna lie, that's when you lose me. So I mean, the fighters that I was interested in watching was mainly just Julie Polka, because yes, I did say this skill wise before, there's not really that much when it comes to the women's side of fighting, but at least they're at the same skill level to the point where it's kind of a back and forth, which makes it a bit of entertainment. Now, her fight was actually pretty good in my eyes because there was back and forth. The champ did get dropped, but she did win the majority decision, which I thought was the right call. I saw her winning probably 2 rounds more. So I had it at, what was it, like 5-6 rounds. So I had her winning probably like 3 or 4 rounds. And then she lost the round that she got dropped in. She obviously lost that one, but she came back and won. You could see it as a draw as well. I can totally understand how you could see that as a draw, but that's the only woman that I was invested in when it came to the influencer side of fighting. Who else was there? There was Argentinian King versus Spartan J. I didn't even watch that. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even watch that because it's like, yes, the lower divisions can have some great moments, but at the same time, the people aren't as known. They aren't as, when it comes to at least some people's side of the world, they're not as, I guess you can say, entertaining. I guess they might have a lot of followers of where they're from, of their demographic, but when it comes to the actual fighting, I didn't see no hype for that fight. Amir Anderson, he came back, he won against, I don't even know, some guy. That's how you can see, that's how you can tell that it's just like, people are just fighting just to fight at this point. Yes, gain experience, but against who? Against who? It makes no sense. Who else? Okay, Ashton Silva, H2O, call him that. He transferred from MVP to Misfits, and because he lost his last fight, but he was trying to get back, and I guess there was just like some negotiation disputes or whatever. Since he lost, they weren't trying to promote him as much. Yada yada yada, don't matter. So he moved over here and then he won by TKO. Now I guess he did have a long layoff, so he wanted to just like at least get the rounds in. The guy was tough. He got dropped like 4-5 times, but got back up. Didn't seem too hurt, but ended in a TKO, which was okay. You could see the skill there, but you can also see that there's still holes in his game that he should work on. I've seen it a few times. He was getting clipped with the left hook a lot, which, yeah, he was off for a long time after getting sparked clean out. I'd say that was just mainly the main thing that he should just work on, because he got clipped with a left hook a lot of times, and he come in with a power puncher. It's a wraps. But he won. That was good. The one that actually really entertained me a lot was former UFC champion Andrei Arlovsky versus, what's his name? Kells. That was a pretty good fight. Now, I haven't seen Andrei Arlovsky fight in a while, especially when it came to boxing, because he's an MMA fighter. So I was like, okay, let's see how he is. I'm not gonna lie, he gave him a clean hit. Like, I didn't know how, because it's a heavyweight division. People are gonna be slower. Yes, power is there, but when it comes to the later rounds, people are obviously just gonna be so slow. it's gonna be so boring afterwards. It's just gonna look ugly. It's gonna be like, eh. So I wanted to see how it go. Andrei Arlovsky, he was actually really doing well. He had movement. He had good timing. He had good reads on kills on what he was gonna do. Landing that overhand right multiple times, going to the body pretty well. Then he just landed the last shot, and I guess due to getting hit multiple times with the same shot, later rounds exhaustion as well, plus being hit perfectly, just sends a clean knockout out. And I thought it was perfect. I'm not gonna lie. Timed kills very well. Knew that he could land the overhand multiple times. And then he did. He landed it, knocked him clean out. I thought that was good. I thought that was actually really good. Now, what's next? I have no idea. But it's so funny because you see Kells like talking to Temple Arts in Twitter saying like, yo, don't come at me. It's hard to do that because you just got cleaned out. And yes, to be fair, it is a former UFC champion. But before you get back into talking shit online, just relax, recover for a bit, go back to the drawing board. And then when you have a fight lined up, then talk your shit. Don't just do it like the day after you just lost by knockout. No hate, but it's just my opinion. Now, what was next? I guess the main event, Foxa G versus Lil Cray Cray. Now, see, I seen Lil Cray Cray fight, and I was actually really impressed. I would say he's one of the more technically sound fighters when it comes to the influencer scene on Misfits in the featherweight or lightweight division. And when he fights, I actually tune in because he actually puts in some skill and some actual technique when it comes to fighting. Now, Foxa G, he's a kid. He's like 19 years old. This is his third fight, and it's a big step up. That's why you got to respect it, because it's a big step up from when he was fighting. So he fought Spartan J in his first fight. He fought, who was it? Waleed Sharks in his second Misfits fight, which he won. Waleed Sharks, I don't know what the heck happened to him. I'm not gonna lie, the downfall needs to be studied. Back from my whole point, Foxa G winning by decision surprised me. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know if he was gonna win. I didn't really have any prediction of it because it's like, yo, I just saw it this day. So I was like, okay, let's see who will win. Foxa G won. So I did watch the fight, and I was like, okay, Foxa G, he's very high paced in the first 2 rounds, which is like, why? You don't need to be. You got 6 rounds. Yes, I get it. The first 2 rounds, you want to win decisively. And then in the last 2 rounds, you want to win decisively. And then take your breathers in between the middle rounds. But he was going at a pace where it's like, it wasn't necessary. And yes, he's new. He's new into the game. So that's what less experienced fighters do. They just don't know how to, I guess, properly manage their output of energy. So he was going real fast in the first 2 rounds, but then you see him kind of slow down in the middle rounds, I guess. But then I guess maintained a certain pace in the last 2 rounds. So you could see Lil Cray Cray winning some of these exchanges. So I would say it was around like 4 rounds to 2 for Fox, which against Lil Cray Cray, again, he's probably like top 3 super lightweights in that division. So it's like, okay, that's a real credible win. What do you do next? There's only one guy that hasn't fought. Is it Dean the Great? I don't know why he's not fighting. This guy's just sitting out, I guess, waiting for money to be handed to him instead of actually just going in and fighting. That's the whole problem that I'll get into later about fighting now. But yeah, he won. Hats off to the kid. He's a kid, forget. But what's next? We'll see. There's a lot. There's Joey Knight. There's Dean the Great. There's Spartan J. No, he just got cleaned up by him. Argentinian King. I guess you can go with him as well. I don't know. See, with some of these fights, the whole problem that I have with Misfits is that, one, they always hype up a really super card. Like, they hype it up to the max, but then give little promotion to the little cards. No, I guess, yes. In their eyes, they want to bring the most money into the biggest names and the biggest card that they have, so they can just, for those little ones, they can just pop out whenever. But when it's like a new promotion, you want to promote as much as you can. It doesn't matter if it's a big card or a small card. You want to promote the brand as much as you can, so you can get even more exposure through socials, more exposure to the fighters that are trying to make their way in. And I don't see that much. I don't really see it, because I like before like this card, and then when this card came out, you're already getting promotion of another card that's coming later on in the year, which I have a problem with. I'm not gonna lie, because if you want to promote people and you promote your brand, you gotta promote everything. It doesn't matter. Yes, you can do some even more promotions for the bigger card that's supposed to come in, but when it comes to these little cards, it's better to promote those ones as much, so those ones can get more revenue, those ones can get more exposure, and it helps the fighters as well. That's one problem I have with Misfits. Second problem I have is just the matchmaking. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know where these people get these fighters from, because you got super great talent, but then you match them up with like some boneyard guy, some person who's just delivering trash, like that B Dave fight. Oh my god, that was just, it made no sense at all. Like, these guys are scared to lose. I'm not gonna lie. Like, these guys all believe in always taking a warm-up fight when you've been gone for so long. Now, I get it, brand-wise for themselves, it wouldn't look good if they lost on their comeback fight. I get it. But to a certain extent, when you're choosing a guy that has never fought, and then you fight him, it just shows to me and to the audience that it's like, you're just shit. Like, you're not even that good anyways then. Who did B-Day fight? His name was Rod Stewart's son. What, he even Rod Stewart's son? Look at him. Come on. Like, B-Dave's not even that good. Like, he's like, yeah, okay, he hits hard. He's a tough guy. There's no skill though. I don't see no technical aspects of improvement. I don't see any strategic setups to any punches. I just see, all right, let me put my head down, throw, hope, and pray. And then if it lands, it lands. That's basically what happened with this one. I don't understand how do these people even get these fights sanctioned? I'm not gonna lie, because it's like, they don't even like they don't fight. It's just it was 20 seconds. The guy dropped his hand, let him hit him with the 3-piece, and then he went down. That guy was there for the money. He was there for the money. He was not. That's what I feel like really just detriments Misfits, because you get all these people that are just here for the money. They are here to just get the paycheck and cut, which you should not allow. If you're trying to build your brand and trying to build your whole reputation of being taken at least a bit serious as a company of fighting, you can't just have these kind of people. You have to have like a contract of saying like, look, you have to actually train, you actually have to want to win, you actually have to want to be there. And if you don't, then you're not fighting. We can't fight it, because first of all, it's dangerous to yourself. Second of all, it's like, it's not good for the brand. And third of all, what do you bring? What can you bring the company? So it's like, yeah, whatever on that. Obviously there's a whole speculation of like, yes, they can do it. They're grown people. They can do whatever they want. If they want to fight, they can fight. And if they don't train, then that's on them. I get it. But there's a certain extent of entertainment that they have to uphold, where at least there's some training being held. This B Dave and fucking Rod Stewart's son, that's I'd say out of that whole card that just happened, that was the fight that was like, it put me off. Because you get someone who has trained but is not good, to someone who is not good and has never trained in his life or whatever. You can tell he was not in shape. He didn't know what he was doing. So it's like, what? Stuff. I don't know. It is what it is. The fights itself actually were pretty good. Like, the fights were, some of them had technical aspect of it, some of them had a bit of entertainment, some of them had shocking moments in it. I'll give it that. The fights itself, out of 10, probably around the 7. The promotion around it, 2. Probably even a 1. I'd even like, it wasn't that big of promoted. I'm not gonna lie. Like, you get posts here and there saying like, oh yeah, okay, cool. But it needs to be built up as something that people want to watch. And if they miss out, then damn, what are you doing? Now on to what they have been promoting, which is in December, Misfits Mania. I'm more hyped on seeing how the fight will actually go. But anyways. All right, talking about their next card, we only got 2 announcements. announcements. Andrew Tate versus Chase Demore as the main event. Now, I think that's actually a pretty good fight. I think that's actually more hype than the whole card last time. I'm not gonna lie. Andrew Tate coming out of retirement from fighting to fight Chase Demore, who is a heavyweight champion. This will be good because Chase is a younger, bigger guy. He's been improving, as you can say he's improving against Andrew Tate, retired kickboxing world champion. K1. I think it's K1. Probably K1. And we don't know how he is as a boxer. We know he is as a kickboxer, world champion, so that's good. We don't know how Andrew Tate is as a boxer. We haven't seen it. He's a kickboxer. He's a good kickboxer because he can be a world champion. Now, we don't know how he is as a boxer because we don't really see it that much. We see sparring footage of like how he is, but he's sitting in a kickboxing stance. When he's focusing on just pure boxing, we don't know. That's what makes it interesting. Now, I'm actually more hyped about the co-main, if it is the co-main, but the fight that's going to be before Andrew Tate. Dylan Dennis makes his return for MMA against Anthony Taylor. Now, both have prior interactions. Anthony Taylor punched Dylan Dennis in the face. So I guess this is going to be... I like this fight because Dylan's that guy that I'd say Misfits needs to be somewhat of a good villain. Someone who will at least put some promotion and entertainment into it. And plus, he's a world champion jiu-jitsu fighter. So... that being said, him versus Anthony Taylor, it'll be pretty good. I want to see that because... I feel like it'd actually be a really good MMA match because both have little experience in mixed martial arts as a whole. Dylan only has that was his third fight in MMA. I don't know how many fights Anthony Taylor has, but whatever. Both are gonna bring the promotion. Both are gonna bring the shit talk. Both are gonna bring some form of skill, which I'm happy about. But yeah, that's all I can really say about Misfits. Misfits isn't the same as it was before, like when it first started. Now I guess it's because the names aren't on these cards, hence a KSI, a Deji, maybe even a Dean the Great. You don't really see these names. Salt, Poppy, yeah, he just lost against Tony. I don't know what's going on there. We haven't seen Gibb. We haven't seen Slim. We haven't seen someone who I want to see back is Josh Bruckner because he's actually really good and I actually like his style. Maybe not his foot stance, but his style is actually pretty good. I have no idea because Misfits needs to find these stars. They need these stars. Like when it's all said and done, you need stars in fighting to keep people interested. That's how the UFC kept it. The UFC keeps it interesting because they have some stars now. Still, they keep it interesting because they give fights that are close. They're close in skill. Close and you don't know who's gonna win. And I feel like Misfits should start incorporating that again because back when they started, who'd you got? You got Deji versus Fusi. Fusi lost one. Deji lost 3. We didn't know who was actually gonna win because both have lost, never won. And that's what made it more interesting because the stake was no one has won yet. So there has to be a winner, and Deji won. You got Slim versus like Gibb. That was the fight that people were wanting to see for the longest time, and then we got it, and it was a really good fight. Yes, there was probably more clinching than people wanted to, but it was a good fight, and Gibb won. Now, what do we have next? We don't know. We don't know. I don't know. They probably know, but you're not giving it to us. We just want entertaining fights with the same skill level and some good promotion. That's it. Because as I said before, majority of these fighters now are just coming in for some quick money. Now, yes, people came into the sport as a trend because KSI, Jake Paul, all these other guys that started it made it the trend. They made it the trend to come in and fight. Now they win 2 or 3 fights. I think they're the guy. Can't be the guy if you haven't beat anyone credible. That's all there is to it. Now you're just coming in claiming that, oh yo, I want to get paid more than I want to get paid what I'm actually worth now. But how are you going to get paid what you're worth now if you're not proving more times that you're actually worth that amount? You're not. It's crazy. It's crazy. But hey, who am I to say anything? I haven't done it. I haven't gone in and against like I don't know how many people in the arena. I haven't done that. So who am I to say anything? It's just my opinion. So all in all, at the end of the day, I think Misfits should just promote more and give us fights that we want to see that are at least evenly matched and not give us people that are actual bums. Make fights good. And influencers, you're influencer boxers. Promote your own shit. Promote your fights. If you want more attraction and more eyes on you when you fight, you gotta promote. Like, you can't just be a boxer all the time. You can't just be boxer first and then influencer. No, you gotta be influencer and boxing at the same time. That's how you grow. You gotta promote, because now you're just dedicated to, oh, I'm just gonna dedicate myself to training. On that, you gotta, I mean, yes, do that, but you promote it as well. At least promote your fights. Anyways, that's my kind of a rant against Misfits, because I can see it growing so high, but with these little shit like matchups, sometimes it's just not good. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Make sure you comment what you think about this whole fighting situation with Misfits, and let me know what you all think. This has been your boy. This has been Matt. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video, which is gonna be on Sunday again. Sunday or Monday, probably. Next video is probably gonna be on Monday again, probably, saying before UFC 322 JDM versus Islam for the welterweight belt. I'm gonna make a reaction video after the fight and let you know my thoughts about it. Like, subscribe. This has been your boy Matt. Take it easy. God bless.